We back. I got some time. Got some motherfucking time. What it is, what it is, what it is. What it do? Yeah, we gotta talk about sheduer sadness one more time, man. Yo, it's crazy, right? Yo, people don't like the truth, man. I be at no. The more and more I do YouTube, the more and more I notice, yo, that people don't like the truth. People would like to be lied to. People like to be manipulated. People like to be exploited. You know what I mean? Even if they don't say it, yo. That's what thank you, J Rock. Yo, it's like, yo, you can't be honest with people. They want lies. They want lies, man. Yo, entitlement. I don't think, see, the problem is, right? I don't think people understand entitlement. Entitlement is frowned upon in the United States of America, man. And it deserves to be. Yo, a lot of negative traits comes along with entitlement. I mean, and people wanna make this Shedeur Sanders situation about race, right? And it's like making it a race conversation takes the lesson away from what can really be learned from this, man. And I said this before, but it's like every day I'm still seeing people post about it. Every day I still see people posting about it and making it an issue. It's like, yo, for one, he got drafted. Now he just gotta put the work in. Ain't like he needed the money. You know what I mean? Ain't like he needed the money, man. It was much better for them other kids to get drafted ahead of him. You know what I mean? Some of them kids that really needed it. Some of them black kids that come from messed up environments that needed that money. I'd rather that shit go to them. Make sure he worked. He probably never had to work before in his life. You know what I mean? Shorty probably never had to work in his life, man. Make him work. Suit to England, man. But let me show y'all something. Negative traits of entitlement. Let me show y'all why people don't like entitled people. My internet won't be acting slow. Yo, why are you asking about Elon Musk? I don't give a fuck about Elon Musk right now, bro. Elon Musk, I'm talking about my people. I'm talking about black people. Negative traits of entitlement. Entitlement. I don't know. Kanye is a fucking clown. I used to like Kanye till I realized he was a clown.
According to thepleasantmind.com, a sense of entitlement can lead to conflicts and resentment among members. It can also contribute to a toxic work or social environment, where some individuals feel they are entitled to special treatment or privileges. A sense of entitlement may lead to poor performance and a lack of motivation for people.
Yo, it's so many traits. It's so many reasons why people frown themselves on people that feel entitled. What are signs of entitlement?
believing that rules and norms do not apply to them, expecting others to cater to their needs and desires, feeling entitled to special treatment or privileges, having unrealistic expectations and feeling cheated, lacking gratitude and appreciation, having a victim mentality and self-pity, feeling superior and having double standards, seeking attention, praise, and admiration, bullying, punishing, or manipulating others, lashing out in anger or frustration when not getting what they want.
Is that not all Shador Sanders? Every single sign of entitlement, was that not Shador Sanders through this whole draft process? Even when he was in a motherfucking college, when he made his teammates stand up. He made his teammates stand up for a post-game interview. Like, yo, Shorty was entitled, yo, and somebody had to humble him. Like I said, and it's not a bad thing. It'd have been a bad thing if it was to continue to go unchecked. Deion Sanders fucked him over, man. Entitlement comes from the way you are raised. Like, I'm sure Deion Sanders is a great father as far as providing. But, yo, that's only half the battle. That's only half the battle. Let me show y'all something. Yo, he did too much talking. The whole thing, yo. Where does entitlement come from in people?
Entitlement often stems from a combination of psychological, social, and cultural factors. It can be linked to personal insecurities, where individuals may exhibit attention-seeking behavior to compensate for their feelings of inadequacy. Additionally, entitlement can manifest in various aspects of life, such as money and possessions, indicating a pervasive mindset that influences behavior across different situations. It is also recognized as an enduring personality trait, characterized by the belief that one deserves preferential treatment over others. Overcoming this mindset often involves practicing gratitude and humility.
Yo, it comes from parenting. Entitlement comes from how you raise your children, yo. Deion had his child think he was legendary, yo. And this is probably the last time I'm talking about this because I've said it a million times. I'm just tired of seeing people on Instagram going crazy about, no, they did this to a black man and da-da-da-da-da. Man, they done did that shit to white players. It's the NFL, like J-Rock said, yo. That's how they operate. They're not like the NBA. I mean, the NFL operates on a whole different accord than the NBA does, man. And that's how. And if you want to play in their league, that's what the fuck. You know what I mean? You gotta abide by their rules. If I was his ass, I'd have said fuck football. To be honest, that's just me personally. If I was Shedeur Sanders and they made me drop to the 5th round, I'd have said, man, fuck you and football. I'll go play in the CFL. You feel me? But he'd have lost, you know, he didn't really need the money if it just was about playing football. Deion Sanders created an environment, yo, where his son thought he was God's gift of football, yo, and the NFL said, no, the fuck you not. You know what I mean? The NFL said, no, the fuck you not. And the thing is, like I said, if he had the resume, if he had the hardware, if he had the accolades, it'd have been nothing wrong with his attitude. The biggest issue with his attitude is he didn't have nothing to back it up. Nothing to back it up. No big wins. No Heisman. No national championships. Like, yo, you can't go into them people's system with nothing and think you got everything, bro. No, that's not how that shit works. It's not how it works, y'all. And I know people want to make it about racial, but I think that's seriously taken away from the conversation, because entitlement is an issue in society. White, black, purple, green. Yo, have you ever dealt with somebody that was entitled? Make you want to slap the shit out of them. You feel? Have you ever dealt with somebody on any level that had an entitlement mind frame or an entitlement attitude? Yo, those people damn near hard. What's up, Ray? Those people do hard as shit to deal with, man. Can't deal with them motherfuckers. They think they better than you. They think they know everything. Make you want to slap all the taste out of their mouth, man. And you gonna bring this kid into a locker room with that type of mentality, yo, that shit ain't gonna work. He gonna end up getting his ass beat. For real. He end up getting his, I don't even think his teammates fuck with him. You see what I'm saying, Josh? So people don't get it. People don't get it, y'all. When you been around them type of people, yo, that shit like, yo, who the fuck you think he is? They think they can talk to you any kind of way. They think they can do it. Yo, Deion Sanders created that. Deion Sanders got to accept that. He raised this child, I ain't going to say the wrong way, but he didn't install humility. Yeah, shut up, Jay. He didn't, I better work that out on YouTube. He didn't install humility in his children, y'all. Humility is important. Respect is important. You know what I mean? He didn't install that. He disrespected the whole draft process. Look, Jay entitled. That's why she come here trolling every goddamn day. You know what I mean? I knew it was something, Jay. I want them perks. I don't take no motherfucking perks, nigga. I ain't took perks in years, nigga. But yeah, though, y'all, like that's really what it was. Deion told him he was special. That's the only that's the only person that told him. Deion told him he was special, man, and he believed it. But like I said, yo, it'd have been nothing wrong with it if he had the resume. If he was Cam Newton, if he was Vince Young, if he was Reggie Bush, like, yo, it's people that went into the NFL with the same type of mind frame, but they had the resume. I bet you don't, Jay. I can tell. Shit crazy as shit. No. It doesn't like to take accountability. Hey, Jay, you gotta take accountability, man. That's part of entitlement. Not taking accountability. Blaming his lineman. Even if it is your lineman's fault, yo, you can't do that. Not in the NFL. Can't do that. You got to say it's all on me. I did that. I could have made better decisions. Like when yeah, your feelings are personal to you. I mean, you can't project your feelings on the world, man. Those are your feelings. You gotta deal with them. You can't expect people to dance around your feelings, Jill. I mean, those are yours for a reason. Like, you can't make them mine. You can't make them your boyfriends or your cousins. And those are your feelings. You gotta control those. That's part of entitlement too. No accountability. Thinking the world revolves around you. Sheduer Sanders thought the world revolved around him, yo, and the NFL told him it didn't. Yeah. He thought Deion Sanders made him think the world revolved around him because for the most part, at Colorado, it did revolve around him. Then you got to factor that in as well. How much of those stats was really him, or was it the situation that's Favre created for him? All of that matters, y'all. Like, yo, people got to stop. It wasn't race, y'all. It wasn't race. Maybe if I could put a percentage on it, 70-30, 80-20. You know what I mean? What's up, Davon? 80-20. Exactly, Joshua. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, he didn't even get that man no backup quarterback to fight for the job. The backup quarterback at Colorado, yo, had 4 passes all season. What's up, kid? He had 4 passes all season. The running back had 85 attempts all season. What the fuck is that? 12 games, 5, 12, 24, 36, 48. What's that? 12 games. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yo, the running back had probably 7 average. 7 fucking attempts a game. The starting running back. Imagine going to an NFL team where you only run the ball 7 times. The starting running back run the ball 7 times. Nah, man. Those stats was padded, man. I think, yo, ultimately, hopefully, it serves them a purpose. But the problem is, what entitlement is, when you face with adversity, you don't know how to handle it. That's the issue that sheduer Sanders is going to have to overcome. He's going to have to overcome adversity because it's going to be a whole lot. I think Flacco going to win that starting job. Flacco ain't finished. I don't think Flacco want to be a backup. Flacco took him. Hey, yo, Jay, what the fuck, Jay? What the fuck you be talking about, man? You be tripping me out. What the fuck you made you feel better opposed to work for women? How the fuck do you feel that way? What the fuck? Hey, Jay, you crazy as shit. Jay, where you from, man? Where you from, Jay? What city you from? Yeah, though, y'all, like, I just think we doing this conversation a disservice. Matter of fact, Chris Carter spoke out about it. Chris Carter spoke out about it. Where my little stand at? Got about my little stand today. What's up, Robert? Why the motherfucker Snoop Dogg make the fucking time out? I better stop that dumbass shit. Fuck Snoop Dogg. Fuck, I look like Snoop. Fucking internet moving fucking slow. Look like none of them guys, man. None of them. Fucking ain't ready to come over here. Fucking internet moving slow as shit. I tried to put Wi-Fi on this motherfucking phone so I can use the fucking internet. Kanye West, they trying to take his album down because they didn't get clearance for a couple of his beats. So this nigga, look at what Chris Carter said. And it's like whenever a black man speak out against him, they try to make it something that it ain't.
Happened was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
Okay, what? Okay, a lot of people think that.
Because they wouldn't be able to keep a secret like that. And
so they might do it, but they couldn't shut up about it.
I think it was.
They wouldn't shut up about it, but every owner is very, very selfish. Now, why would I do something to my detriment? Like if I need a quarterback and I think this kid is it, what he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some superstar qualities to them. Now, some other things happened that made them fall, but sheduer and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine, that wasn't the number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message.
Like, yo, it's like whenever a person speak out about it, people make it something that it ain't.
What happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, a number of things happened. The number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
Okay, what? Okay, a lot of people think that.
Now, I do believe
they wouldn't be able to keep a secret like that.
Now, I do believe it was collusion, but I think it was wanted. I think it needed to happen. I ain't gonna say it wasn't collusion. It definitely was collusion, but I just think it needed to happen, yo, because Shorty needed a message that his father ain't give to him.
And
so they might do it, but they couldn't shut up about it.
They wouldn't go shut up about it. But every owner is very, very selfish. Now, why would I do something to my detriment? Like if I need a quarterback and I think this kid is it, what he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some superstar qualities to them. Now, some other things happened that made them fall, but Sheduer and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine.
What happened with Shedeur Sanders?
I thought he'd go.
Well, a number of times that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, obviously, he could have done a lot better in that. Mm-hmm. A lot of people left that meeting, felt he was very, very entitled.
Which meeting? Like, because they said Brian DeBall, Giants coach, had said he didn't like the meeting. He asked him, he had some book, was his playbook or something he was supposed to know, and he said he felt weird about it. I don't know who else said they didn't like the meeting.
Somebody put him in timeout,
behind
please.
the scenes saying they did.
Well, the thing about it, they didn't draft him.
I know that.
So it's not the tape.
Okay, because the tape's good enough to get drafted early enough.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, his tape is good enough for him to be a first rounder. But there's a number of things. It's not one thing. Last year when Deion interviewed for the Dallas Cowboys job, that did not help Sheduer. Now, it helped Deion get a new contract in Colorado, but long-term it didn't help Sheduer because the Giants, they're coached in their last year, general manager in their last year. If they struggle, the Giants potentially, an option would be look at Deion as the head coach. So why would I draft a kid? Like, they missed out on that. Like, they obviously, they didn't think this all the way through. And I think that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, I think there were a number of teams that had that in the back of their mind, and they don't believe his talent is generational. They do believe that guys are more athletic and guys have bigger arms, and they do believe he's been coddled. He's been coached by Deion.
Told you.
His whole life.
Yo, everything I said, I'm not no motherfucking NFL aficionado. Like, yo, how is it that I'm able to see this shit and I don't got no inside knowledge? I ain't never played in the NFL, but other people can't see it. Yo, Chris Carter said basically everything I said. Yo, you got to factor all of that in. The fact that he played for his father, his whole life, matters. When you evaluating talent, it matters, man. How much of this was him versus how much of this was his father being his coach? How much of this was him versus how much of this was the system that was designed for him to win? You got to factor all of that in, y'all. Like, if people just look at things from a small-minded point of view, you got to look at this shit like you evaluating talent. Take the fact that you like him and he Deion Sanders, none of that shit matters in the real world.
Now, there's been benefits to that, but this is the first time it's been a detriment. So his measurables are not, say, first-round measurables, but he played football like a first-rounder.
But his tape's first-round tape. But his measurables are not first-round measurables.
Well, you don't play football all the time. You're a human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room,
what I said,
how he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary, like he's already calling himself legendary.
What I say, everything I said. And people mad at him for this. Yo, these are the facts. Yo, what makes you legendary, bro? Like, if legendary was gonna be his clothing brand, cool. Yeah, but when he tried to market himself as legendary, when he hasn't done anything legendary, yo, that's an issue, yo. That's a major issue. When you got other guys in that locker room, you got 53 guys? You got 53 guys in that locker room. You all this bitch talking about you legendary and we 1 in 50. The fuck make you legendary, bro? You ain't done shit. And I'm not coming at sheduer, yo. This is about Dion. Dion did this to that boy, man. He need to come out and apologize for what he did to his son, man, because he did this.
All those things are problems. And once the teams that weren't looking at starters, the makeup of a backup in the NFL is totally different.
I understand. I understand that he's probably not going to be
the backup in the NFL. He doesn't have a media team. I think there were a number of teams that had that in the back of their mind following him. He doesn't have cameras following him. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have all these social media, all these things that they're doing.
But you wouldn't let that happen, right? The team wouldn't let that happen. You're a back quarterback. Wouldn't the team just say, you're not doing all this shit?
The team doesn't have the right to do that. The team would give you advice to say that I think you should concentrate on learning the playbook and being an NFL player, but they can't mandate what you do in your downtime.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just think for me, like I'm listening
exactly,
to him. I listen. He fell. Did he fall a lot further?
Exactly, J-Rock. Same situation.
I mean, bro, he probably.
Only difference is
the contract situation.
Only difference is with Bronny James, and it's the biggest difference. Bronny James is humble. Bronny James ain't entitled. Like if he is, he doesn't carry that. He don't carry that around with him. That is the difference. That's why Bronny James is getting opportunities. That's why Bronny James get starts sometimes. Because though he is entitled. All right, I got an order. Yeah, though he is entitled, yo, he not carrying himself like a sheduer Sanders, man. And that's really what it is, man. That's really what it is. You know what I mean? And it's similar to sheduer, and that's why sheduer dropped. Because sheduer walked around with this mind frame of, I'm the best thing in college football, but he don't have a resume to prove it. And I'm leaving like that. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We probably go live later on when I get some more time. I got to make this run. It's another day. Keep it G News. And I'm out.